Okay, welcome back to the video, guys. I'm the Fit Cosplayer, and we're jumping in to today's podcast. Have you ever felt like somebody had a better body than you? Have you ever felt like you didn't measure up, or that whatever goal you made, you had to keep going, right? A lot of that, I would say, has to do with imposter syndrome. Definitely feeling, like you're not good enough, and that the feeling of not being good enough, it's all a reflection, right? Because you think that there's somebody better than you, and you don't think you deserve it. And a word that sums this up for me, and this is something I've realized that I've been in denial of a very long time, is bitterness. I have been so bitter at a select few of people, or even just like random YouTubers, right, that make videos. It's always funny seeing the videos where people are like the successful YouTubers talking about, like, oh, if you're a beginning YouTuber, like, these are steps you can take, or, oh, just trust yourself, or don't do it for the money. And in my heart, I know that they're right. I know that they're coming from a place of love and support. But in my head, I'm just like, I don't trust you. Or, of course you'll say that. You already are making money. So of course you're going to tell me the YouTuber not making money, the small YouTuber that, just be positive. It's all going to work out. And there's always been like a part of me that's like resistant to that. But like logically, like, obviously it makes sense what they're saying. But in my heart, like, I was like, I know that they're a good person, but like, it hurts, right? There's a little like toothpick that like pokes my heart, because I feel personally that I'm trying so hard and I'm doing all the things to make it on YouTube, right? To look good on my thumbnails, to have engaging videos. But I realized very recently that, okay, there's a lot of things. First off, like, one, there's a lot of things that I'm not doing that I definitely could be doing, that I'm making excuses for. Two, what's my motivation? Because I keep getting, hurt and bitter about all these people who have made it on YouTube, who have used their social media platforms to grow a huge following and to build a lot of influence. And even people in the cosplay or the fitness space, that they, started out maybe similar to me, or even really different, but like their channels just blew up immediately. And like, it's made me realize that I've actually been like really angry at them. Maybe not angry, but yeah, I'll definitely say bitter. And there's a part of me that's like, there's this little voice that's like, maybe they don't deserve it. Or, how come they're so much bigger than you and you started before them, right? And, there's like these two parts of me. And if you know this, then, right, we can relate. There's the part of you that's like, okay, like, I know I need to do XYZ to grow my channel, or, right, and we're going to switch this to the fitness, right, point of view. Like, okay, I can do XYZ to lose some fat, to gain muscle, to build some consistency, going to the gym, to start working out. Here's like a list of things that I know I can do logically, right? Taking a 5-minute walk, tracking your calories, drinking an extra glass of water. Like, there's lots of easy, simple things you can do. But you see another person, right? And this is where the comparison comes in. You see somebody else who started similarly to you or around the same time, and they're way down the road. Like, they're going to the gym 6 times a week. They're working out with their kids. They have a 6-pack. The point I'm making is, comparison really is the thief of joy. And I hate saying that because it sounds super cliche, but it's so true. Because whether it's, your physical body, looking at someone going Why does my body look like theirs? I'm doing these types of workouts. I'm changing my eating habits. I've started doing this. Or I've been going for so long and I just can't get to my goal. Or, right, if you're like me, you set a goal for yourself, you actually hit it, right? You actually hit your goal, and then you tell yourself, okay, what's next? That's not enough. So you tell yourself, I'm going to lose 5 pounds this month, and then you do it, and then you go, okay, well, what's next? Like, do I lose 5 more pounds next month? Why didn't I lose 6 pounds? And even though you hit your goal, it's not good enough. That's my case. I'll do a workout, or I'll start tracking my calories, and I'm like, oh, I'm still fat, and I look like this, but I want to look like this other person, and they have this body that I want, and I just can't get it. So going back to, right, the bitterness, which I would say comes from comparison, it's all about the outcome. And this is the solution. The outcome that you want isn't what you're getting, right? So wherever you are, point A is looking at point B, right? So you're trying to get from A to B, but you somehow, regardless of the how, you're ending up at C, and you're telling yourself, because you're not at B, then that means C is a failure. Then that means C is not good enough, and you need to get to B no matter what. So you go from A to C, skipping B, and then you go from C to D, and then you go from D back to C, and then C to E. And if you haven't already gotten it, you're not even getting to your destination. And sometimes, right, you actually go from A to B, and then you go, oh, well, B's not as good enough as C. So you go from A, and then you go to C, or to B, and then C, and then down the alphabet. And it's because you keep seeing people at the next letter, and you think, I have to get there. So that's how I've been feeling. And I think a lot of other people feel this way too. So I'm hoping this would support you. But constantly looking at other people, wanting their outcome when you have a different starting point is impossible. Let's say you're in like Kansas and you want to live like somebody who lives in California, right? And all you do is like think to yourself, like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I'll never get there. That place is so beautiful, and I just want to see the ocean. Then all you're gonna do is start hating where you are. When all you're doing is comparing, you are hating your present moment. Like wherever you're from, wherever you are, no matter what your status is, like you're gonna hate where you are. And all you're gonna say is, perfection is that thing over there, right? The grass is greener on the other side. The thing that is over there where I'm not is what I need. So you end up hating everything about where you are and who you are. At some point, maybe you actually get there right, from Kansas to California, and you're like, wow, this is awesome. This is beautiful. What's next? What's the more beautiful place than this? And then all you do is start saying, okay, well, Cali's cool, but like, what place has a better beach? And then you're like, oh, maybe I should go to Florida. Maybe I should go to the Gulf of Mexico. And it turns into this endless cycle of wherever I am is not okay, and I need to keep going somewhere else to find like happiness. And whether it's your fitness, whether it's your life, your finances, your career, anything like that, if you don't learn to love where you are right now in your present moment, you'll never get there. And it sucks, and it sounds really generic, and it sounds super cliche, but you need to love yourself where you are in order to stop comparing yourself. And by realizing that you are where you are for a reason, from where you are, you can inspire people. You can create things that have never been created. You have a unique personality and story and talent that can only be reached by being where you are. And if you were a different person in a different place, there's things that the world will never get to see because you were not where you were. That makes sense. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm also saying it to me, realizing that where I am right now, whether it's the growth on my channel or the finances I'm making, like that's okay. And I don't mean okay like be content, never change, don't, work hard. But I mean, it's okay because you are where you are, like I think there's that Dr. Seuss book, wherever you are, like be all there. I don't know the phrase. That's not the point. The point is, wherever you are, learn to be okay with that, while, right, deciding to do more or shift if you want to. It's not about staying where you are and never changing, but if you're okay with where you, or not even if you're okay, be okay where you are. Love where you are, because this is part of your life journey. And bringing it back to me, I've been on YouTube for 5 years. There's so many stories I've told myself on like why my channel isn't growing, on like, oh, I'm not consistent enough, or my videos suck, or this or that. And I can get really negative. And of course, realizing gratitude through a lot of prayer, I realized that I've been not focusing on the gratitude. And the fact that I have 1,000 subscribers right now, like that has been literally the goal of mine since I started. And I said, once I get 1,000, like I'll be good to go. I'll be making money and I'll sell all this stuff and I'll be famous and it'll make all of this worth it. And like, I tell you, the day I got 1,000, I was so excited. And then like the week after, I'm at like 1,050. So I'm like, well, like I'm actually doing the thing, right? I mean, yes, it took 5 years, and I don't take that lightly, because some people never get there. I'm so freaking grateful. But at the same time, like right now I'm grateful. But before I was like, okay, I've got 1,050. Like my life's not changed. I'm not making bank. Like where's all the influencer people at calling me? Where's all the, people trying to collab with me? And like, well, okay, now are we getting to 1,500? Let's get to 2,000. Like I don't have enough watch time. And I get this goal that I wanted for 5 years. And my next thought is, okay, like let's keep going. How can I get more? And on one hand, it's really sad because I've done so much work and I have made so many sacrifices, and like I've worked my butt off to get where I am. And I'm not giving myself any credit. Like all the work I've been doing, the videos I've posted, the people I've talked to, like I'm not giving myself any credit for all the relationships I formed, for all the people that I've met through this process of like jumping into this cosplay lifestyle journey. And like that little voice in my head just telling me like, it's not good enough. You got to keep going. Like you'll never get there. But if you flip it and look at it from a point of gratitude and joy, like this has been like the best 5 years ever. I remember the day I said to myself, I was cosplaying. It wasn't Comic-Con. It was Anime LA, something like that. But I decided 5 years ago, like I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I had this overwhelming feeling of like joy and passion and purpose, and I felt like the clouds parted and God was like, bro, this is for you. Like I made cosplay because I knew you'd be born. And that's what it felt like. And it was this weird rush of like adrenaline and joy and love and passion, and I've never felt anything like it. And I only feel this way when I'm like cosplaying, which is inexplicable. And knowing that like I've gotten to step into that emotion, that feeling like I'm walking in my purpose, like on this earth, which is really weird to say like that cosplay is like my purpose. But that's how I feel a lot of the time. And when I can look at it from that point of view, that I'm walking in purpose, I'm creating relationships, I'm having all these new experiences that I never would have done, like my life looks so much more richer and full of joy. But if I keep looking at it from the perspective of I'm not good enough as these other people who make all this money, who look better than me, they have better cosplays, their videos have better quality, like I'm just setting myself up for failure. So the goal, which sucks and it's not easy and everyone says it, but it's true, is that you gotta learn to be grateful. Gratitude really is the answer. And it realizing how good things really are in your life flips the perspective. It takes the scales off of your eyes and shows you how much you've grown, how much you've done, and how much you've inspired others. And it's hard to see if you're not grateful, because if you're looking at your situation, calling yourself fat or ugly, or my videos suck, or I'll never make enough money, if you look at it from a negative point of view, you'll always think you're behind. And by no means am I saying stay where you are, be content, and don't do anything ever. I am saying, though, please be content with where you are, be okay with where you are, and you can still grow. Love where you are, because that's part of your journey, and you can still grow. So thank you for listening to my ramblings. If any of this supports you, please subscribe. I have so many more videos like this coming out here on this podcast. And if you love fitness and or cosplay and you want to get started on either of those, then go ahead and follow me here, Fit Cosplayer, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias. And yeah, let's grow this journey together. Let's enjoy our fitness journey. Let's enjoy our bodies. That sounds weird. Our bodies are amazing and you get to love it. And one of those ways is to treat it like it's important, which is working it out, keeping it in shape. So if you want to do that, click right over here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. And remember, your results will show up when you do. See you next time.